Afternoon. Afternoon, everyone. Afternoon. Sure I'm coming through okay? Yep. Hope everybody's well. Who's in the room? Alan, Paul, how you doing? Ashwin, how you doing? Lam, hope you are all well and trading well. Welcome to the YouTube stream. Let's go through the markets, shall we? My body is aching. So I'm now 3 weeks into it, and though that delayed, what's it called, DOMS, delayed onset of muscle is still there. So every day after, I get sore wherever I went. So I didn't go to the gym this morning. I'm going to go after this. I'm trying to get down. I was 25% body fat. Ashwin will be quite happy about that, it's probably the highest I've ever been. So I'm going to try to get that underneath 20. Anyway, long road to go. So let's talk markets, shall we? SPX. Now I think the best place in the SPX to start today is this daily chart. So it looks okay. It looks okay. We've broken through this res area, right? We've broken through this res area, and we're kind of again getting that price acceptance above this level. So we've kind of waited again for that 20 period catch up, right? We've got that. We've tagged that area. We have had a decent bullish bar yesterday on a little bit of volume coming in. I have to say now, I don't mind this SPX. And to be honest, we're getting some decent movements in the Forex market. I don't know if you guys have made some trades. I've got a few on my watch list that seem to be going, kind of going on and on and on, not really retesting. But for me today it looks to be a decent day. And if we can get some healthy movement, and I do think this is pretty healthy right now, breakthrough above this all-time highs, this could be not bad, This could be not bad. So we kind of got what we thought yesterday. We tagged this support area, and obviously a big bullish bar. Now, ideally, we're getting a reaction around this area now, which is probably what you expect considering we've got a reaction 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this is going to start to be less powerful. Now, I could be wrong, but we'll have to wait and see. I think we get another kind of possible reload back here. And if it does that, that'll look pretty good for, certainly a decent, healthy break into all-time highs in this SPX. We are in this ranging motion. We haven't broken through. That's important to know. We haven't broken through, but it does look good. And I think we're knocking on the door 4 times now. I think it's only a matter of time before we break through. And certainly putting that in with this daily chart, this looks good. I fancy SPX movement to the upside. So possibly, again, I don't want to speak too soon, but the markets look okay. And I think, if we do get what we want here, another slight reload, not continuing in this range, but a slight reload here prior to a break, this could be good for the markets. We could see that yen weakening off, which it has done today, that Swiss, and that finally that kind of follow through. So SPX for me looks not bad. You have to say it looks not bad. If we go into the dollar, if we go into the dollar's had a decent hour bar here. I don't know whether there's been news out. I don't think there's news out at this point in time for the USD. Obviously, on Friday, we've got NFP, so non-farm payrolls, probably the biggest news event of the month. First Friday of every month, where it's the amount of jobs added to the US economy over the previous month. And maybe we get what we want because of that. So possibly we get a little bit of resistance here. The market's waiting for that numbers to come out and then giving us that direction. So I am expecting positivity, but I don't have a crystal ball. We don't know the future. But I think I just kind of like it. I don't want to say that after 2 months of pretty poor markets, but I kind of like it, So we've had a decent push here. Possibly this push is coming to an end. The bias for the dollar is certainly still to the downside. We are at the point now where, I did think at this point in time it was maybe a bit too early to go. It's kind of shown that here. Remember, we've had a decent push. Remember that kind of 30%, 70% rule where markets trend 30% of the time, range 70 or pullback 70. But we're getting to the stage where this looks quite nice as a digestion period for this impulse. I know we've had a decent 4-hour candle here, okay. I just really can't see it sustaining all that much. You know, we've had pushes that have been sold into, Possibly we could get up to this area. I have said that. Whether that happens or not, we'll have to wait and see. If that happens, okay, great. But your kind of confirmation will come for selling this dollar underneath this B wave here. Rohan, how you doing, mate? How you doing? Hope you're well. Also, I was thinking the other day, how long have you guys been trading? So everybody that watches, the kind of normal folks that watch, how long have you guys actually been trading? Because I don't really know your kind of background on how long you've been doing it. It'd be interesting to know. So yeah, I think you're waiting for that confirmation to sell a dollar either here, or if you want an aggressive entry, probably, you know, you're looking for a potential catalyst up here. 3 years, Rohan. 6 years, Paul. I didn't know that. 6 years. Shit, that's the same time as me. But respect. Anybody who's been in the market for any more than 3 years, I certainly respect. 8 months, Lam. Okay, good. Good. You're getting up there. Yeah, so I think, you know, I'm not buying this rise in the dollar. The daily chart, again, we go to the daily chart, just keep it simple. Possibly we're doing the same thing with roughly the SPX, where we're getting that 20 period catch up. You know, you look at it on the daily instead of the 4 hour, it still looks like it needs a wee bit more, right? So again, maybe this is something that we wait for Friday for. But, you know, my bias is still selling into any strength in that US dollar. In my personal opinion. And where, actually, here's another question for you. What are you guys looking to, basically, what are you looking to do with your trading? Are you looking to be full-time? Are you looking, like, what's the ultimate goal? Do you want to do this full-time? Do you want to make a heap of money? Like, what's actually the ultimate goal with your trading? I presume it's probably go full-time, right? And earn a full-time living from it. Unless you really like your job right now. I mean, mine, I know when I started, mine was money. But, you know, really, as you kind of go on, it's more really enjoyment, I think. You know, certainly more enjoyment for me. Anyway, yeah, so that dollar, selling into any dollar strength for me still makes sense, personally. But, you know, let's see what happens on Friday. You may get a decent, if the NFP number is coming good, then you could get a spike in that dollar followed by a fall. If they come in weak, you could get a fall in that dollar followed by a spike. So we'll have to wait and see. Full-time trader, yeah, there you go. How far away do you think you are? Have you got a goal of when you want it to happen? Like, are you saying to yourself, right, by this time next year, maybe 2 years time, that's when I want to be a full-time trader? Are you doing like funded programs? Are you looking to do funded programs? Are you doing it kind of with your own money and growing your account? I'm just kind of interested to know. Would you consider yourself, like, where would you consider yourself? This is not just directed at you, Paul, but probably everybody. Where would you consider yourself? How close are you to probably being a full-time trader? Are you like probably halfway there? Are you waiting for these funded accounts? Do you think you're profitable, but now you just need the equity? It'd be interesting to hear. Okay, I'll go into my setups while you write it. Firstly, the Aussie dollar. A lot of these ones have kind of gone. So Aussie dollar here, excuse me. The Aussie dollar, I kind of like the idea of buying. We've got our big V reversal, followed by second V reversal, followed by slight corrective back to that 20, and we push through. So we have our break. Right now we are looking for our retest back to this area. Retest, catalyst to potentially go long. You know, I was looking at this on the 4 hour as a potential breakout, right? But it just wasn't enough there for me. You know, be able to take that. I needed a little bit more. Again, 20 period catch up and break through that area. We have that 200 there, but on the smaller time frames, we will probably get enough for 1-to-1 to be able to take that with your stops underneath the previous swing. So, excuse me. So yeah, Aussie dollar I kind of like. You know, Aussie's been quite strong. Sorry guys, there was something in my throat here. Another stream of income for me. Oh yeah, there you go, Ashwin. It's a good idea. Need to put the work in though. I'm full-time with, oh, I didn't know that, Paul. Full-time with my own funds. Recently started a funding program too. Still not at the lot sizes that we've been having, the goal of 1 trade a day and switch off the PC and enjoy life. Yeah, it's a great goal, Paul. I mean, for me, one of the most exciting things is probably next year, hopefully when COVID's done. You know, I want to pack up my stuff in the 6 months where it's far too hot here, potentially go to Europe for 6 months, you know, or wherever, go and rent an apartment, rent somewhere, and just like, you know, spend 6 months here, 6 months in Europe. Oh, I can't wait for that. Unfortunately, COVID's kind of messed it up, but yeah, I think that enjoyment is probably for me the main kind of thing. Obviously, it takes a long time to get there, but yeah, that certainly for me, that kind of lifestyle is what I'm like. Oh yeah, can't wait for that. I lost 2 challenges due to small mistakes. Win for me this year is to have a funded account. Good man, good stuff, Rohan. Still a long way to go for me, lots to learn. There you go. Everybody's got to start somewhere though. Everybody's got to start somewhere. So Aussie dollar, and hopefully these streams help you. There you go. Hit that like button if you do. Yeah, so Aussie dollar, I like this. I like that we've stalled here. This is good. So we've got a nice break, and look at the break on higher volume. Right, so coming back, retesting for potential longs. You know, daily, I know it is counter trend, but we're kind of breaking out of this downtrend anchor now. We've crossed through that 20. You're kind of out of this descending trend line. I think the risk reward there is pretty good for Aussie dollar. So I kind of like that. Aussie yen was another one. Aussie yen, again, I like probably more so on this 30 minute. Right, bigger V reversal. Ideally would have liked a little bit more here, but with the context that it's coming on, it's still okay. And certainly if you get a retest, probably around that 200, roughly around that 20, around that 40, 60 box from that impulse. I'll zoom in. This could be, again, another decent trade to the upside. I don't like it as much as the Aussie dollar. The context isn't as good as the Aussie dollar, but there is enough there potentially to take that trade to the upside. So Aussie yen I like as well. And again, these are getting quite nice breaks. You know, days like this where you think, well, should I trade the breakouts on the smaller time frames? But then I realize, nah, better not. I know my results from doing that. Not in one day is not going to change it. Pound Swiss again, the one that I looked at this morning is kind of on this hourly chart, looked quite good. V reversal. Right, this is a really nice context. Look at this. So V reversal here. We've got our complex corrective. Bullish engulfer here at the end of that corrective. And look at the nice accumulation phase prior to the break of that level. And the accumulation phase is also coming on lowering volume. Right, so that's great. Everything about this is great. Nice complex, bullish engulfer, accumulation digesting that engulfing bar, 20 period catching up, break on high volume. That's great. You know, that's great. But obviously I can't take that on smaller time frames. If that was a 4-hour chart, you know, you take that all day. So I think this pound Swiss is kind of gone, I would say. You know, I can't really see it correcting. I think once the pound wants to get some momentum, it really does go. And yeah, but in terms of what I like to trade, that's really nice. Very nice indeed. Pound Swiss. German 30 I like as well. I have a feeling this... See, they're all going. This is unfortunate. They're all going. It's days like today where you're thinking, oh God, I liked all these trades, but they've all gone without me. So V reversal here. Again, after this V reversal, nice corrective. Right, you've got your hammer bars here at the bottom. Pushing through, squeezing into that area, roughly around that 20. Bang, off it goes. You know, we did want a retest here. I think this is another that's probably gone. But adding into that, so this is something if you are interested in taking breakouts on the smaller time frames, maybe you like it. But, you know, if we look at the context here from this decent move on this 4-hour, right, this looked good. You got your wedge. At this point in time, you had your bullish 180, crossing over that 200 and crossing over that 20. Again, like I said, this move looked to be digested. Context was good. You know, daily looked good, looked ready for a movement. Everything like that, and adding your higher time frames is so important in getting things that you like to see. So things that are just ready to go. Whereas if you get the context somewhere here on this 4-hour chart, you're probably thinking, I'm not really too sure about this. It's a little bit extended. But seeing these higher time frames and where it is, again, gives you a better indication that you could be onto a decent trade. So the German 30, I do kind of like. And finally, the last one, which I also think is gone. And let me know if you want me to look at anything, because this is the last one on my list. And unfortunately, apart from that Aussie dollar, I don't think there's much there that I can get that I think I've just kind of gone without me. And the final one was this, silver against the euro. So big V reversal here. Again, nice digestion period. And notice that digestion, again, looks enough to make this impulse healthy. Right, you're roughly back to around that 38.2, and we're pushing on. Now, as a breakout, what I want to see is this have another slight reload here. So if this breaks through, okay, that's fine. We can look for a retest as long as that retest is above that 200 and above that 20. Probably looking for an engulfing bar here. But for a breakout, right, again, I just want, we got our 20 period down here, so I want a more of a squeeze than that. So looking for that other reload, getting that 200 roughly, hopefully. So your breakout is above the 200. Your risk reward is a little bit better, because right now, your risk reward on this breakout, your stop's got to be all the way down here. So obviously, because of that, you've got to move the same amount to get to your 1-to-1. So adding in that extra reload, adding in that extra squeeze, hopefully on lowering volume, will make that context a little bit better. So even though this is nice, it's not quite there yet. And if we can get that breakout and that retest to go long on this, yeah, I like that as well. Look at the daily. Again, simple, right? Head and shoulders on the daily, breaking through that neckline. You know, it looks good. You know, it looks good. And whether we get it or not, we'll have to wait and see. We're getting a slight reaction here, roughly around this liquidity zone, which is good. That's what we want to see. So again, if I can get that squeeze, then that's something that I will certainly look at taking to the upside. XAG euro, I know that's quite different, silver against the euro. I like silver against the euro, and I like silver against the dollar. But yeah, I like that, to be honest with you. And really, that's it for today, guys. You know, it's going to be quite a short stream. I'm also doing my YouTube video today, but I think one of my favorites looking at today would be that Aussie dollar. I like that. You know, as long as this on the hourly chart probably looks a little bit better, this comes down and does retest, I'll happily take that to the upside. But yeah, that kind of day where I knew in the morning, I'm like, I know these are going to go. I just have a feeling that these are just going to go. And that's what they did. So that's a good sign. I'm a bit more hopeful in the market right now. I think I like the price action in the SPX. I like the movements today. I like that, you know, even though we're not getting involved in these trades, let's say the pound Swiss. That's not the pound Swiss. Pound Swiss here. There is follow through, right? So we've had a break and we've had a sustained break. You know, AJ, we've had a break and we've had a decent break. It's not that bang, fake out. You know, it's a break. So that's good to see. That's what I like to see. And again, I don't want to speak too soon, but you've got to be positive, right? And I kind of like how the markets are. So let's see. So I'll keep an eye on those, and hopefully we get a winning trade before the end of the week. All right, guys, I appreciate you coming as always. I know it's a shorter stream, but if you want me to look at anything, let me know now. If not, I'll have to get back to editing my video. And yeah, that's about it. No? All right, guys. All right, guys, thanks for coming. I appreciate it. And trade safe. I'll see you. Okay, there you go, Lamb. You got in there right at the end. EuroCAD. Let's look at EuroCAD. EuroCAD and then OFSCI. EuroCAD. EuroCAD. Which direction are you looking, Lamb? Are you looking up or down? First thing you see is a fake out, right? And there's your. I'm not sure if you're a breakout trader. Are you a breakout trader, Lamb? I'm not sure if you're a breakout. But look at that price action into that resistance zone, right? Climactic. And I don't know, actually, looking at this, you could have, I mean, you could have taken a short there as a potential fake. Fake out, train tracks, bearish 180 on that break. That wouldn't have been a bad trade as a short there. I mean, you've got to think it's setting up for a long. It's kind of correcting quite nicely right now, but it is coming from this. So you're waiting for your confirmation, Lamb. You know, if we've had our, let's say we've had our fake, okay, the market recovers. I'll zoom in so it's easier to see. Yeah, I think that's the best option. So if you do get your, you know, my favorite, something like this for a potential breakout, then yeah, or, you know, breakout retest, then that will look decent for long, considering this is your probably your downtrend anchor, right? The daily chart is a little bit messy. You have to say it's a little bit messy coming from this. You know, we could be getting our ABC for continuation to the downside. The only thing I would be wary of is if that SPX does break and breaks quite nicely, you may see some strength coming into the CAD, right? But yeah, I mean, if that sets up, Lamb, I wouldn't mind it. You know, I might potentially take it as well if it does set up quite nicely to the upside. The good thing as well is look at the gap you've got before the next red zone. So if you get a sustained break, it could be good enough to take on account of that risk reward, right? So you've got a decent area there to go before your next real level of resistance. So I don't mind it. I mean, I would have trepidations because of that SPX break. If we have a look at oil, I'm not sure what oil's doing. Where's oil? Oil's having a little bit of a wobble, but I do think oil comes back up. You know, we could be getting this with oil. Potential head and shoulders here. Yeah, I think waiting. Yeah, just wait, Lamb. I don't know if that'll actually set up for you. But if it does and the oil comes off and the CAD comes off, then yeah, it could be a very nice trade because of that risk reward. So yeah, well done. Wait for it. Wait for the market to tell you what it wants to do. I agree. Good. Well done, Lamb. I probably wouldn't have done that when I was 8 months in. I might have just gone straight in. But anyway. All right, guys. Appreciate it. I'll see you all on Friday. I think I'll do the Friday stream on NFP. So I'll do the Friday stream about 4:30. I believe 4:15, something like that, so we can watch the numbers come in live, the NFP and G&T. So I'll see you all then, and we'll do it all again. All right, guys, appreciate it. I'll see you Friday. Cheers.